Mark, so what steps are you taking in your localities to ensure that elections remain accessible for voters with disabilities or older residents or those limited with English proficiency?
Hi, Christine from Virginia Beach. In Virginia, we have to offer curbside voting, whether it's early in person, the satellites on election day. So anyone 65 and older, or if you have a disability, can vote curbside and we'll bring the ballot out to you and bring it back inside the office. In Virginia Beach, we also have it's a little digital device. It's called Pocket Talk, and it converts any language into English. I think it's about 250 languages. So if we have someone that is unable to communicate, we can use that as well. And we do have a couple people in our office that speak French, Tagalog, and Spanish.
Marcus, this is David Levine with the City of Richmond. So we offer outreach materials as well as ballots in both English and Spanish, which was sort of something I came into. I also think we make a point of trying to use inclusive language in terms of how we and make sure in our trainings that we're not only recruiting to the extent we can or supplementing our election officer ranks with people that are from a diverse range of constituencies, including the disability community. We also sort of go through our training and make sure that folks understand how to address different voters, in terms of understanding, for example, not to go ahead and pet, for example, a service dog, in terms of making sure that they're not necessarily referring to somebody who's 65 and older as elderly, which I think can sometimes give a connotation of being sort of frail. And so, I think we make sure to both recruit folks who may have certain expertise in serving voters in the community. We try and share information about how people can participate, to talk on something Christine mentioned, for example, with curbside voting. And we also try to be careful in the language that we use when we're training our election workers.
I'll tell you in Norfolk, this is Stephanie, adding on to what David said, we also have some election poll workers with different abilities. We have some with, I work with some that are partially blind that could help with our ADA accessible machine. And every voting place in Virginia, each voting place does offer an ADA accessible machine for the visually impaired or those who can't read. That's required under federal law. And so that's another thing that we offer. But I have some people we work with, visually impaired voters. We have some officers that are visually impaired. I have one that has a support dog that comes to the polling place with them on election day and helps out. We work with the Independence Center. We work with the ARC in Virginia. We also do a lot of outreach with our senior homes. I've tag teamed with our Emergency Operations Center during hurricane season, where they provided information on, you need to have a bag in place and these are your essentials. Okay, let's get you registered to vote because you just moved into this fabulous nursing home, and let's get you an absentee ballot. So we've done all that kind of stuff, and we work very closely with our senior centers here in Norfolk. In fact, we coordinate the drive times that they're going to bring the seniors from some of the nursing homes to the voting centers during early voting and election day.